Going on, everybody? It's Key Time coming back with another one to talk about the most intriguing games of college football in week 4. The first game I want to get into is one that these two teams they haven't played since '07, and I'm talking about the USC Trojans versus the Michigan Wolverines. Now, when we look at this, the team USC, their offense, they average 37.5 points per game. Also, third down efficiency, 47%. Fourth down efficiency, they've only called two fourth down plays all season and they got one, so 50% on fourth down efficiency. So USC, they are 3-0 coming into this game. Do I think that they will win this game? Yes, I do. And on the Michigan side of things, Michigan, they have averaged 23 points per game in the first 3 games of the season. And they have a new quarterback at the helm. His name is Alex Orji. Yes, his name is Alex Orji. The last quarterback they had, he threw 6 interceptions in the first 2 games. So Sharon Moore said that he was going to make a QB change, and he did just that. We haven't seen too much of Alex Orji, but this is not going to be this is the wrong game to get him suited up for. Maybe if Michigan was playing somebody like a Bowling Green, you can get him a few package plays. You can put him in a few plays, and he wouldn't have to constantly throw the football. But against USC, he is gonna have to constantly throw the football and have to throw Michigan to victory. And I just don't see that happening. When you look at that third down efficiency, it's 45%. Fourth down efficiency is 66%. Sometimes being down in the game, especially versus Texas a couple weeks ago, they were having to go for it on fourth down a lot. So when you see this, Michigan still have that hangover from last year. Still the same regime, just led by a new coach in Sharon Moore. And then you have USC's head coach, Lincoln Riley, who has a semblance of a defense this year. I mean, USC, they haven't given up 30 points all season, which is wonderful because over the last 3 years, they had given up 30 points 8 times in their games. So for USC's defense to assemble and be able to not only stop offenses, but basically shut them down is great. And I think that is what USC is going to do in this game. I got USC winning this game. As of right now, USC is favored by 7 points, well, 6.5 points. And I think that they will win this game by a touchdown. And this may even be a blowout because you have a new quarterback in Michigan, Alex Orji. This is his first time in the fold, so he is going to have a tough time against the USC defense. The next game I want to talk about is the Utah Utes versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now, here are the players and team leaders for the Utah Utes. Cam Rising, he has been there for a while. Here's their rushing leaders for the Utah Utes. Here's their receiving leaders for the Utah Utes. And here's their kicking and defense for the Utah Utes. Now, all of these guys right here, they have been on the team for at least 2 years, if not more. So when it comes to the Utah Utes, the last couple of years have been up there. They have been up there. They knocked off USC the last 2 years. And with Caleb Williams, who is in the NFL, all good luck to him. And for this season, their offense, they have averaged 35.3 points per game. Offensive third down offense is a little iffy at 32%, but it's still early in the season. Fourth down offense efficiency is 60%. And when you look at the Utah Utes as a whole, most of these players have been there for 2 or 3 years, so they know everybody's the players, they know each other's weaknesses and strengths and their best traits. So Utah, when it comes to their defense has only given up an average of 20 points per game throughout the first 3 games of the season. Now when it comes to the Oklahoma State Cowboys, their players, this is their leaders, stat leaders for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, the quarterbacks, the running backs, wide receivers, kicking game, defensive players, and all of these players have been there for a amount of at least 2 years, if not longer. Now, as far as the Oklahoma State Cowboys, they actually had a scare versus Arkansas. They was actually down versus Arkansas a couple of weeks back. And it took a shootout for them to win that game. Now, the defense for Oklahoma has had trouble over the past few years. Offense, they average 42 points per game. Third down offense is 40%, so still a little bit iffy. It's still early in the season. Fourth down efficiency on offense is 5 out of 7 for 71%. And when you look at the offensive players as a whole, we know what we going to get from the Oklahoma State offense. It's about the defense, and I don't think the defense is going to be able to hold up against Cam Rising and the Utah Utes offensive line. That offensive line for the Utah Utes is very, very powerful, and they wear you down when it comes late into the fourth quarter. And I think that is what the Utah Utes are going to do, is wear the Oklahoma State Cowboys down in the running game. So I got the Utah Utes winning this game by at least 10 points, if not more. Because I don't have too much confidence in the Oklahoma State Cowboys secondary or defensive line. The next game I want to talk about is the Tennessee Volunteers and the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, Nico Alamiviava, he has had a good season. Also, the running backs for the Tennessee Volunteers. Here go the quarterbacks, the running backs for Tennessee, the wide receivers, the kickers, and the defensive lineup for the Tennessee Volunteers. So all of these guys have played throughout the entirety of the season in the first 3 games. And also they have a total of 79 tackles solo tackles throughout all of the players on defense. Now, when it comes to the offense with the Tennessee Volunteers, credit, they haven't played any competition over the first 3 games. They average 63.7 points per game. Third down offense is 56%. They hardly ever get into third downs because they average 8 to 9 yards on first and second down. And fourth down efficiency is 5. They're 5 out of 6 on fourth downs. So that's for 83%. And when it comes collectively to the Tennessee Volunteers, they have the better offense. Now, when we shift over to the Oklahoma Sooners players, they have their quarterbacks, Jackson Arnold, Michael Hawkins Jr., Taylor Tatum, and they also have their running backs, wide receivers, their kicker. He is the most efficient kicker through the first 3 weeks. Their defense, Oklahoma's defense, is a little iffy. They have 120 solo tackles throughout all of these defensive players. Now, when we look at the offense for the Oklahoma Sooners, they have scored 33.7 points per game. Offense, third down offense is 30%, so they are iffy too. And fourth down efficiency, 100%. So every time they go for it on fourth down, they convert. When it comes to both of these teams collectively, the better offense is the Tennessee Volunteers. This is going to be a close game throughout unless Oklahoma Sooners start turning over the ball. And we know when it comes to when you turn the ball over against the Tennessee Volunteers, they like to put it in the end zone really quick. So I'm expecting a close game, and I would be very, very surprised if I come in on Monday and see where this game was a blowout. So I got the Tennessee Volunteers winning this game in a close one. I believe that this will be that the Tennessee Volunteers will win by a touchdown. I will be very, very surprised if this game is a blowout. Because when you look at both offenses, Tennessee's offense is averaging 63 points per game on offense. Oklahoma Sooners offense is averaging 33 points. So this could be a blowout. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's not. And I got the Tennessee Volunteers winning this game. Now, the last game I want to talk about for this week is the game that will be featured tonight. Illinois number 24 Illinois versus the number 2022 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. Now, this is the players for the Illinois and here's their quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, their kicker, and here are their defensive players. And as far as a team, Illinois has 93 solo tackles on defense throughout all of these players. Now, when we look at what Illinois has done offensively, 32.7 points per game. Our third down efficiency, it's a little iffy, 38%. You have fourth down efficiency, 100%. They've only went for it twice on fourth down all season. And then you have the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense. And I am going to show you now. We all know that the Nebraska Cornhuskers are led by Dylan Raiola. The top running back is Dante Dowdell. And here are their other running backs and wide receivers, the kicker, and their defense. And as far as defense, they have 91 solo tackles from the defensive players. So when you look at this game, and Nebraska has the better offense, they have the better quarterback. We all know that. And when you look and see what the Nebraska Cornhuskers have done on third down, they one of the best in the country on third down. To be exact, they have a 50% conversion rate on third down. They've gone for it on fourth down 3 times this season, have yet to convert. Now, when it comes to this game, I got the Nebraska Cornhuskers winning this game. As of right now, they are a 8.5 point favorite. I think that Nebraska will cover. If I was a betting man, I would take Nebraska to cover and also win this game. So with that, that is my outlook for week 4 of the college football season. One other thing, please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified of all of my reaction videos, shows, and other content. And also follow Key City Sports on TikTok. And remember one last thing, the key is always on time.